Welcome to Champions for Children. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great night. Next up is Bob. Who's Bob? You'll see. Bye!
Hi everybody, Bob Saget here, and I'm really proud to have been asked to introduce this for CORA's Champions for Children virtual event. And I've been asked to do it by the CORA event celebrating outstanding committee people. And you guys have been celebrating 50 years at CORA in Philly, my hometown. So congrats, and I know that you do amazing work helping children and families in need, and you're a wonderful non-for-profit. And I am honored to be saying hello to you all to start this off, the opening of your virtual event, honoring outstanding people, all of the outstanding people at coraservices.org and the Champions for Children virtual celebration. Here it comes right now, and wishing you all a lot of good health and a lot of happiness, and thank you so much for all of the great work you do. It is deeply appreciated. Enjoy the evening.
What a great and fun surprise. My name is Anne-Marie Schultz, and I'm the CEO of CORA Services. I welcome you to the 2021 Champions for Children celebration. Before we begin our presentation, I want to thank our very generous supporters of this year's events. I see my youngest son has decided to join us. Among other things, 2020 goes down in history as the year of incredible multitasking for parents and grandparents, responsible to work full-time jobs, battle long lines at the grocery store in order to put food on the table, and supervise virtual instruction for one or more children. This year has created a new layer of stress for each of our students and parents. And like the families we serve, I and my CORA colleagues have also had to wear many hats this year, enabling us to fully empathize and respond to others with continued care and compassion. Now, where was I? Oh yes, on behalf of CORA Services, my board of directors, and of course my son Titus, a very special thank you goes out to our highest level sponsors. The Henderson Group, Dwayne Morris, LLP, and the Sisters of Good Shepherd.
Thank you.
Even if this could have been in person this year, something I had been longing for, it would have been a unique year. Entering into this year, we celebrate two Philadelphia-based Good Shepherd organizations, CORA Services and Good Shepherd Mediation Program, coming together in order to better serve the Philadelphia community. In the next few months, this will become official. And what a year to make this happen as CORA celebrates its 50th year anniversary. Our champions, those honorees that we are recognizing this year, have been chosen because of their incredible work to launch these agencies and to ensure their continued success. We are recognizing two civic champions, the foundresses of these two highly esteemed organizations, two corporate champions who have dedicated themselves to their ongoing success, and three student champions connected to CORA in varying ways.
Mom, my internet's freezing up, my teacher's getting annoyed, and everything
Brian, I'm currently recording. Let me get back to you and I'll help you in just a minute, although I doubt I can help you. Again, I multitask. Internet problems is an issue that we can all relate to. I wish I could be with you in person, but that isn't our reality this evening. Please kick up your feet, relax, travel with me to CORA's main building, and let me introduce you to our very first champion. Here we are in front of CORA's main building in Fox Chase to introduce our very first champion of the evening. She's an incredible visionary leader. She believed necessary supports for children and teens needed to get into homes and into the community. And this vision was at a time when service delivery models relied heavily on putting youth into group homes and settings to tackle what was the perceived behavioral challenges. She loved and believed in the power and importance of the family. She loved Philadelphia. She believed in empowering staff to become great for kids. She stayed focused on mission and never backed down from opposition. Her vision has now become a full-service resource center for children and families throughout Philadelphia and now in Camden, New Jersey. Our home is in this building, on the grounds of her original vision. However, our staff touched the lives of over 20,000 children across Philadelphia and in Camden, New Jersey, in over 200 schools. She cast the vision, and it was carried well beyond her lifespan. Our first civic champion we honor tonight, keeping her legacy alive, is Sister Charity Cole, a sister of Good Shepherd and the foundress of CORA Services in 1971.
Good evening. My name is Charles Francis Minnick Jr., but if you know me, I'm Chip. Tonight we're honoring my Aunt Jean. If you knew her, she was Sister Mary Charity Cole, otherwise known as Charity. Who knew that nuns could just go around with one name and own it? She's right up there with Cher. In my lifetime, Sister Charity was initially in a cloistered convent in Clark Summit, Pennsylvania. My mother Bernadette and Charity were sisters, biological sisters, that is. They were very close. It would be years in between that they would get a chance to see each other. Eventually the rules were relaxed. She moved to the Good Shepherd Convent in Germantown. We would go visit her on Sundays. My father, brothers, and I would have to wait in the waiting room. As the door opened to allow my mother to go in, we would get a chance to say hi for that brief second. Eventually, she was transferred to Vree Road, but the procedure remained the same. Then one day, we get the news that Charity is going to Alaska. Wow! This really opened up our view to the world. She would write us letters telling stories and send us trinkets from Alaska. Eventually, she returned from Alaska back to Vree Road. At that time, she had a vision that she felt she could really make an impact. She created CORA. And now it's been 50 years later. Who would have thought that a cloistered nun with a series of German shepherds named Terry could evolve through experiences into the visionary that created this health and learning institution? I know my aunt would know the answer to that. Time tests everything, and I believe that CORA will be around for a long time. So happy anniversary, CORA. Happy anniversary, Charity, and happy anniversary, Aunt Jean.
Good evening. I am Raymond Minnick. I am Sister Charity's nephew. In 1940, my Aunt Jean became Sister Charity by joining the Good Shepherd Order. One thinks of a good shepherd as the one that guides or directs the flock. Sister Charity used the biblical analogy of the role of the shepherd to guide people. Her final vehicle was CORA Services. After reading a newspaper article affecting at-risk children, she applied for a small grant and founded Counseling and Referral Agency. She used this vehicle to guide and direct at-risk children in the public and parochial school systems. The program flourished, helping more individuals than expected. It's funny, though, how one never forgets a crisis. Several years later, the government grant was terminated, CORA Services was closed. In Charity's vision, it was placed on temporary hold. Sister Charity, though not a gambler, would tell me, you must use the cards the Lord dealt you when looking for a solution to a problem. In an amazing process, she organized with various benefactors using the cards the Lord gave her, as well as the benefactors' cards, in a way to have CORA Services reopened. Though she has left this 20 years ago, look what CORA is today. My experience with her was she was a very intelligent woman, was very strong-minded, She loved to go to the shore, enjoyed cooking and dining out, and was fascinated by white German shepherds. When I reflect about her life, she may not have been a shepherd in the agricultural sense, but she helped shepherd many people's lives. Sister Charity led the vision of CORA services, but I know she would like me to mention those who helped her by putting their cards into her deck. That would be Linda Valentini, James Harron, Dr. Tony Chung, Estelle Jasnoff, Dr. Frignito, Mike Shell, Bernadette Minnick, and our German Shepherd Terry. In memory of Sister Charity should be an instrument used to work towards our aspirations by using the tools that God gave us. Thank you.
Jean Elizabeth Cole was raised in Bridesburg and attended All Saints Elementary School and J.W. Hallahan Catholic Girls High School. She graduated magna cum laude from Immaculata College in 1937 with a bachelor's degree in social work. Jean joined the Sisters of Good Shepherd in 1940 after working for the PA Department of Welfare and became known as Sister Charity. At that time, the order focused heavily on serving women and girls in residential settings. Charity expressed reservations about the residential care model. She said, "There will always be some few children who need that kind of treatment, but that number should be very small. Withdrawing a child from its own environment is always a tragedy." With limited Good Shepherd jobs in non-residential programs, Sister Charity took an opportunity with the Alaska Department of Corrections to administer juvenile treatment services. According to a Philadelphia Inquirer article published in 1987, shortly after CORA's 15th anniversary, the story of CORA is much the story of an irrepressible nun once packed off to Alaska in the hope that her radical ideas about youth and family might be cooled off. Officially on loan from LaSalle College, Sister was to return to Philadelphia to assume the role of Associate Director of LaSalle's newly established Urban Center. She stayed in Alaska for 2 years, but left quite a lasting mark. She established the first clinical division at the McLaughlin Center in Anchorage, and was known to the kids there as the Swinging Nun. Charity became anxious to get back to Philadelphia when she saw an article in the paper announcing that LEA, the Law Enforcement Assistance Act, was passed, making federal funds available for supportive services. She quickly pursued that money with assistance from some of her Immaculata classmates. She opened a diagnostic center in Germantown. The Philadelphia courts sent girls to the center for screening and psychological testing to determine where they were going to be placed. Although the diagnostic center wasn't keeping girls out of residential programs, it afforded Sister Charity the opportunity to allow authorities to rethink their decision based on the screenings. Sister Charity was energetic, eccentric, and unstoppable. She had an enthusiasm for people she was unable to hide, particularly children and young adults, the good and the bad. She was determined to try the wellness model, a human services philosophy that looked at the multiple dimensions of human beings: physical, spiritual, occupational, social, emotional, and intellectual, with the assumption that families and communities require support with the many essential tools needed to function well and to flourish. She enthusiastically sought the backing of local politicians and the head of family court, and with the support of the Sisters of the Good Shepherd and a small state grant, Sister Charity founded CORA in 1971. She fixed up a horse stable and set it up as a modest counseling center for young families in Northeast Philadelphia. When the city of Philadelphia asked Charity to name the agency, she chose CORA because the acronym, Counseling or Referral Assistance, was close to cor, the Latin word for heart. Sister Charity once said, "If I were to disappear tomorrow, I don't think it would have a significant effect on the values and caring services that have become the hallmark of CORA. Sister was fond of the poem, What Will Matter? And she certainly lived a life that mattered. She brilliantly designed the agency to evolve and grow, to meet the emerging needs of the community. CORA has impacted a few 100,000 families over the past 5 decades, and Sister Charity's vision continues to inspire us to choose a life that matters.
Hello, this is Congressman Brendan Boyle. I am recording this myself on my iPhone, so hopefully I've gotten the hang of it by now, 10 months into our COVID experience. But I did want to make sure that I had the opportunity to wish all of my friends at CORA a very happy 50th anniversary. I first became aware of CORA when I was an 8th grade student at St. Helena's Elementary School. And we were brought from 5th Street in Olney up to the beautiful campus. And I was I did a computer battery of tests to determine what my best profession would be in the future. And number 1 was politician. So I either have CORA to thank or to blame for my future career. But I have to say it's been enormously rewarding. I also am well aware now as an office holder, and have been for the last 12 years, just the important work that CORA does in our community, well beyond just my one experience with it. It's really impossible to think of education in Philadelphia without CORA. So happy 50th anniversary, and I look forward to the next time all of us can get together in person.
The next 3 champions we recognize tonight are presently engaged in one of the 2 Philadelphia-based Good Shepherd organizations. Our second civic champion, also a sister of the Good Shepherd and foundress of Good Shepherd Mediation Program, Sister Bridget Lawler. An attorney by trade, Sister Bridget founded Good Shepherd Mediation in order to support individuals needing mediation services, but who are unable to afford such services on their own. Over the decades, Good Shepherd Mediation Services remains one of the only organizations locally supporting lower-income populations. During the time that Sister Bridget launched Good Shepherd Mediation Program, she was also on the board for CORA and was a former board chair working closely with Sister Charity Cole. Since her work with the mediation program, Sister Bridget became the regional, provincial, then served 12 years as the congregational leader for Our Lady of Charity of the Good Shepherd. She now plays an important role working for the Vatican, and even though she travels the globe working with sisters internationally, she remains active on CORA's board of directors. She's a good friend of both organizations and cares deeply for our work locally here in Philadelphia. Tonight we also celebrate 2 corporate champions. Our first corporate honoree is the current president of CORA's board of directors. John J. Coyle IV has been on CORA's board for 8 years and has played a role on several committees. He's chaired the Finance Committee, he's acted as vice chair for CORA's board, and he began serving as the board chair in December of 2019. When John took the chairmanship in that December of 2019, we had no idea what his first year would hold. A pandemic, major shifts in funding, incredible political upheavals, and very difficult decisions on how to handle large revenue losses. John has been a rock for this organization, and over the past year, he has demonstrated incredible skill and leadership for the board and for CORA. While honoring John, we also recognize and honor the Henderson Group, a longtime supporter of CORA, a significant sponsor of past events, and this year's presenting sponsor. The Henderson Group has a tagline that reads, "A legacy built on excellence, a vision that opens doors." This commercial real estate development company has been committed to bettering communities for more than 90 years. Their dedication to opening doors has positively impacted thousands of children and families, especially through John's time, energy, and financial support of CORA. The second corporate champion has been an incredible partner to Good Shepherd Mediation Program, particularly in the past few years. Valentine Brown is a partner of Duane Morris LLP and serves as Global Immigration Law Counsel to diverse groups of multinational and domestic corporations and their employees, helping to navigate the intricacies of U.S. and foreign immigration laws. Valentine Brown also heads up the pro bono efforts of the Duane Morris team. Duane Morris's dedication to helping the community by providing free legal services to those who are unable to afford them but in dire need aligns perfectly with both CORA and the mediation program's mission. Duane Morris recognizes that representing community-based organizations strengthens the communities where they live and practice, and we are grateful for that. In the past few years, Good Shepherd Mediation Program has been greatly supported by their work. Duane Morris and Valentine Brown, along with her husband Jim Kennedy, who's a Good Shepherd Mediation Program board member and who has now joined CORA's board, are strong supporters of this year's event, and we thank them for continuing to support the work of both organizations. Historically, the Good Shepherd Mediation Program has hosted an annual event called Shepherds of Peace. This year, because of our newly formed partnership, our event and fundraising efforts have come together. This shepherd statue symbolizes Good Shepherd Mediation Program's tradition of recognizing peacemakers in the community. Tonight, as we honor our champions, we also recognize them as peacemakers. I virtually pass this shepherd to our first honoree, Sister Bridget Lawler.
Thank you, Anne Marie. You are truly a leader and a shepherdess. I congratulate you and all of the CORA staff. Together you have shined during this time of COVID-19, exhibiting creativity and courage. Something CORA has done for the past 50 years, but in 2020 and 2021, you truly excelled. I actually was around when Sister Charity started CORA. Of course, I was very young and really awestruck at her innovation. Charity was an avid reader of Teilhard de Chardin, a Jesuit theologian who spoke about the heart of the matter. It was where he found God. Well, Charity, too, was driven to find the heart of the matter. She discovered its beat in the CORA families and children. She motivated staff and board who share the same spirit to be true shepherds, igniting the heart of the matter. Now I'm going to pause for a little charity humor. I must honestly say, I always thought Charity should have had a sheep instead of a dog in her pictures. I know she loved her dog, but she was a great shepherdess. End of the humor. Now I will go into a little of my history with CORA. Having served on CORA's board from 1990 to 2000, it's an honor to be back. What I love is to experience the great growth and movement that takes place at CORA, and it just fills me with gratitude. About the mediation program. Originally, we began in Germantown, and when we started, we had considered being a part of CORA, but it was too early. So maybe the seeds for this merger, CORA bringing in the mediation program together, it started then, but now it has come to full bloom. I think it was meant to be. Both organizations share the same mission, getting to the heart of the matter, empowering others to be their best selves and to work on the challenges that come their way. Now, my virtual friends, CORA has so many opportunities for people to be involved. You, our virtual champions for children, are a part of CORA. I encourage you to become even more involved, and I hope that you already know that within you is the heart of the matter. The beauty of being involved is that you are not alone. CORA is part of a large network of Good Shepherd sisters worldwide. We can put CORA's 50-year history in a context that goes back to 1641, when St. John Hughes responded to the needs of homeless women and girls and those in difficulty, and to 1835, when St. Mary Euphrasia expanded the types of services available and establishing the congregation to be worldwide. We've had many visionaries guiding us along the way. Today, we are in over 70 countries responding to the needs of the most marginalized in society, those who have been trafficked, the poor, immigrants, those impacted by war, and now, of course, the coronavirus. All are responding as CORA does to issues that confront societies today, like here in the United States, violence and racism. Together, we advocate for change to touch that core heart of the matter. Thank you. And now I'm pleased to introduce the next honoree, John Coyle IV, Senior VP and General Counsel for the Henderson Group. John is one of our generous, dedicated corporate champions. I have enjoyed working with John and appreciate his dedication. He has a great leadership style. He runs our meetings efficiently and encourages participation. He has a positive kind of let's get it done attitude. At CORA, we are blessed to have John in our corner. He is a great leader and a wonderful representative of Henderson's reputation for being committed to the community. A true shepherd and real champion for children, I welcome you, John.
On behalf of the Henderson Group, I'm very pleased and humbled to accept this award. I'd like to also congratulate my fellow honorees. I'm privileged to be part of the same class of honorees, including Sister Bridget and Sister Charity, CORA's founder. When Herb Bass first approached me to be part of CORA's board about 8 or 9 years ago, I never thought that I would be in a place, one, to be the board chair, and two, to be one of the honorees. It's actually a funny story how I became part of CORA's board, and you have to know how things work and the dynamic between my father and I. My father and Herb are longtime business associates, and Herb approached my father at this very event about 9 years ago and mentioned to my father that CORA was looking to get new people involved in the board, and Herb knew that my dad Jack had myself and my brother Brian both working for him. So the very next day my father came to me and said that Herb Bass wants me to be on a board, and that I'm supposed to call Herb and I'm supposed to say yes, and here I am. These are tough times, and an organization like CORA is needed now more than ever, and I'm constantly inspired by how CORA's staff, from the leadership team that Anne Marie leads all the way down to the direct service providers, how everybody was able to adapt and rally and stay on mission and deliver critically needed services to children and family throughout the area, even in very tough circumstances. So knowing that all of that good work was going on, it made it very easy for me to want to play a part and be part of all of those good things. And knowing that all of those people who were working in very tough circumstances were out there staying on mission made it very hard for me to not want to be part of it. As President Biden said during his inaugural address, he related a story of an encounter with a foreign dignitary, and the dignitary asked President Biden to define the United States in one word, and President Biden defined the United States as possibilities. So I view CORA as an organization that helps to create possibilities, and being able to play a small part in an organization like CORA that helps to create possibilities for children and families is very meaningful, and it's something that I hope to stay a part of for a very long time in the years to come. So thank you. I'm humbled, and on behalf of the Henderson Group, thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce our next honoree, Valentine Brown, the pro bono partner for Dwayne Morris. Valentine and Dwayne Morris are instrumental for the support of the Good Shepherd Mediation Program and many other nonprofit and pro bono clients throughout the Philadelphia area. I'd like to congratulate Valentine and Dwayne Morris on their award, and I look forward to working with Valentine and Dwayne Morris for years to come. So on behalf of CORA's board, staff, and clients, thank you and congratulations to Valentine and Dwayne Morris.
Congratulations to CORA on its 50th anniversary. Putting children at the heart of the matter every day for the last 50 years is a remarkable accomplishment. I know I'm looking forward to being a part of the next 50 years. And what a wonderful way to start off an anniversary year, but with this fantastic Champion for Children's event. Congratulations to my fellow honorees, the memory of Sister Charity, Sister Bridget Lawler, with her amazing accomplishments of starting the first mediation program in Philadelphia Housing Court, and then the founding of the Good Shepherd Mediation Program. And these young people with their fantastic achievements as well, Harrison, Jessica, and Mariami. Knowing that such dedicated, committed young people are in our community gives me hope and optimism for the future. A special shout out to my fellow corporate honoree, John Coyle, for his leadership of the board during a very difficult pandemic year of 2020. I am so proud and honored to be receiving this award on behalf of Dwayne Morris and our pro bono program. In 2020, our attorneys performed over 40,000 hours of free legal services for children, their parents, for the homeless, the incarcerated, immigrants, veterans, nonprofit organizations, community-based organizations, and even micro-entrepreneurs. We do this work because we know that these children are our children, our communities, and that this is our future that we are impacting. Our work with Good Shepherd Mediation has been so meaningful. Being able to help children stay in their homes and out of homeless shelters is the most important work. We are looking forward to continuing our work with Good Shepherd as it becomes even more important while support for eviction moratoriums wanes and the housing crisis continues to grow. But while we celebrate tonight, let's redouble our commitments to each other, to our children, to their parents, and to this work, and get back to it tomorrow. Thank you again for this wonderful award, and good night.
Good evening. My name is Chuck Akaluka. I am the Managing Director of our Clinical Service Division here at CORA. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting many of you because I began working at CORA just a couple of days prior to the coronavirus shutdown. But I'm here tonight to tell you about our exceptional classroom champions because each of them is being recognized for accomplishments related to CORA's clinical division. The James F. Herring Classroom Champions Award was named after CORA's former CEO and recognizes a high student for his or her notable achievements in the classroom or community. CORA exists to help children and families navigate obstacles, and the CORA's Classroom Champion is chosen for having overcome a significant obstacle. We usually honor one student, but this year our committee has chosen 3 champions. We recognize that it has been a difficult year for many students, and all 3 of these students deserve recognition for their progress and will receive $1,000 for educational expenses to help them continue to be successful. Jessica Grabon is currently a freshman at Temple University, pursuing a degree in elementary education. She came to CORA seeking counseling services. because she had been bullied in high school and was experiencing anxiety and depression. Through counseling, she learned the confidence and skill to stand up for herself and for others struggling to find their voice, all while maintaining excellent grades and contributing to the community through her work with children. Miriam Sissoko, a freshman at Bernard College, saw the need in high school for more mental health awareness and recognized that students needed a way to heal after some of their peers took their own lives. Miriam created and led a group where students could learn on each other and walk through these and other stresses. She even led the group in a fundraiser effort for CORA, raising $1,000 to help children across counseling services. Harrison Mayor Whitland is our final student honoree. He is a senior at the Bridgeway School, Philadelphia's only recovery high school where CORA Services provides all clinical support. Harrison began his recovery journey at the age of 15, and he made great strides inside and outside the classroom. Our staff there are very impressed with his great attitude, the wisdom and humility he had gained from his journey, and the way he uses that to be leader amongst his classroom. Congratulations, Jessica, Miriam, and Harrison. CORA is proud to have you represent us this year as our classroom champions. You truly are champions in our eyes, and we wish you all the very best in your bright futures. Thank you.
The first word that I think of to describe CORA is safe. It's most definitely my safe place to go whenever there's something that I need help with or that I need to talk about. CORA helps students like me honestly do just about everything. Like my senior year, obviously I was feeling very stressed with all the applications for colleges and stuff, and then I had a lot going on in my personal life that I just needed a lot of help with. But my counselor and my case manager, they were always there whenever I needed them to talk or I needed advice, and they gave me scholarship opportunities, work opportunities, and they were overall just really supportive and helpful, and I'm really grateful that they were there for me. CORA has genuinely helped me with so much. Like, they helped me apply to the college that I'm going to now. They obviously helped me get this amazing scholarship, and they've helped me really grow as a person, because before I was in CORA services, I was a little bit of a pushover, and I was really upset about it. I would just let anybody walk all over me, and I was really insecure, but with their help, I was able to grow into a much stronger person and be able to stand up for myself and feel a lot more secure in who I am and what I stand for. Being named a 2020 Classroom Champion is important to me because when I was writing my paper to enter into the contest, it reminded me of how strong I've become and how much I've grown. And for other people to recognize that within me as well is honestly really empowering, and it just makes me feel really good. And it reminds me that, hey, everybody else has faith in you. You should have some faith in you too. And I'm just really thankful. I challenge donors to support CORA because what they're doing is honestly amazing. They've helped so many people like me do great things, and I really don't know where I'd be without them, and I know so many people can say the same thing.
One word I would use to describe CORA is altruistic. It's a place where, regardless of your background, you can help make a difference, and as well as if you are suffering from certain issues or going through something, you can find help there. And so it's this organization where you can enrich yourself and find causes that are important to you to give back to, but also if you are struggling, you are able to come into this community and get the help that you need. And that is why CORA helps students like me in a multitude of ways. Not only in the fact that they help with outreach in terms of mental health, but CORA has given me the opportunity to sort of make an impact in very small ways. One of the reasons one of the reasons I wanted to donate to CORA was because I knew that these small issues, like maybe a student not having enough money to go to a therapy appointment, or maybe not even being able to afford a copay, have such huge impacts. And so I was able to make a change in such a small way, and that's really what CORA is about. It's like you help with these small inequalities or sort of like hills and challenges that will help a person in the long run and help them get on their feet. And so it was really important to me to be able to do something that would help people. And CORA has given me that opportunity to do that. And as well as knowing so many students at my school who actually have CORA referrals. So even in just sort of a way of both allowing me to be a helper, but also seeing how CORA has helped is an amazing thing to see and witness and be a part of. I would say CORA has helped me overcome my own self-doubt. I had never done something so huge before as this fundraiser that I did for CORA, and it was a strange experience sort of being in charge like that, and I definitely doubted myself at certain points in time, but sort of knowing what the money was going towards, knowing who this was going to help me push forward. And even though I was like stressed out of my mind within the months leading up to it, and especially the day that we did deliver the care packages, the end result when we presented Helene with the $1,000 check and we had our little party, and her telling me where this money was directly going to, really cemented that sort of this is like that I can do certain things if I put my mind to it, and I can really give back to people who I care about and help with causes such as mental health and racial disparity that are really, really important to me. So being a 2020 classroom champion I can't really describe it. It's something that I definitely didn't expect. When I originally did the care packages and the fundraiser with the rest of my club, Stressed Out Students, I was just doing it because like this was important. I really just wanted to do so. I just really wanted to do something where I could help give back because I felt so helpless in terms of my own personal situations. And so like this is like, it feels like an honor. Like this is something that I did maybe a year and a half ago when I was still in high school in 11th grade, and to have that be recognized on such a huge scale is amazing. I encourage donors to donate to CORA for the same reason that I raised money for them. CORA, again, helps in sort of these small ways that have huge impacts on people's lives. They literally change lives. It gives people the tools they need to sort of pull themselves up out of whatever challenges that they're going through. So by bridging the gap between sort of income, like if there's small things that a person needs to be able to pay for therapy, go catch a bus to a therapy appointment. These small inequalities have such a huge impact on our lives and directly make our struggles and our challenges harder. And CORA is sort of this community that allows for these gaps to be closed.
The word that best describes CORA is reliable. CORA helps students like me to live a productive and fulfilling life. CORA helped me overcome my drug addiction. Being named a 2020 classroom champion is very important to me because over the past 2 years I've worked really hard to get to the position I'm in right now. I challenge donors to support CORA because they provide a needed service for my peers and I.
Now, did you really think you can have a celebration without having yours truly? J. Rowe, Jimmy Rollins, number 11 on a jersey, but number 1 in your heart? Did you really think that? Harrison, Jessica, and Mariam, congratulations. You guys have been doing fantastic work. CORA, you're celebrating 50 years of helping children and families in need. That's a long time. That is a lot of work. Those are a lot of people that have come to you in need that this CORA group has been able to help out. And help is never not in need. Usually we're short of people willing to put in the work, but you guys have put in the work and have made differences in people's lives, have changed their decisions, have gotten them out of situations, have made their lives better one way or another. And I also want to say congratulations to the kids that are being honored at this virtual event. I know we like to do things in person, but with COVID happening and the way things are in this world, we have to do things virtually. So 50 years, I've only been alive for 42 of those 50 years, but that's a long time. That's a long time. You see a lot of things. Your heart grows over time. The work that you do becomes more meaningful. You start out wanting to do good, and then you fall in love with what you do. And this is what happens when you have sustainability, when you are a staple of the community. So thank you, not only from everyone that you've helped, but thank you for me. Thank you for stepping up to the plate and being that stopgap. Thank you for plugging in when they could and when there was a need. So Harrison, Jessica, and Mariam, and CORA celebrating 50 years of helping those in need. Northeast Philly, stand up. J. Roll, yours truly. And to all the kids that are being honored, once again, congratulations. Keep up the good work. Love you all. Peace.
Hi.
Hi.
Rob McElhenney here.
Caitlin Olson McElhenney here.
We just wanted to say congratulations to CORA.
Happy 50th anniversary.
50 years is a very, very long time. I've only been on the planet for 26.
Way less than
26
that,
of those years.
You're older than
And-
that, but that gray hair in your beard's not going to help you sell that. But anyway.
Well, this is about CORA, not about my
Your gray.
me
Your
going
old
gray.
man face.
We
Okay.
just wanted to say congratulations. CORA's been a massive part of my life for my entire life. My father worked there for so many years. I believe he got there year 2. So he's been a part of the community as we have, and we just want to say congratulations, and especially to the honorees, the student honorees, Jessica, Harrison,
and Miriam.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you all. Here's to another 50 years of CORA.
Thank you so much for all of your great work.
Yep, keep it up, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
We love CORA. My favorite part of CORA is learning. What's your favorite part of CORA, James? Science.
Hey CORA, hey Philly, this is Howie Day, and I just wanted to wish you congratulations on 50 years of amazing work. It has not gone unnoticed, and I, for one, want to show my thanks by playing you guys a song, all right? And feel free to sing along. The dawn is breaking, a light shining through. You're barely waking, and I'm tangled up in you. Yeah. Well, I'm open and you're closed, where I follow your ghost. I worry I won't see your face. Right up again, even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. And out of the doubt that fills my mind, I somehow find you and I collide. Well, I'm quiet, you know, and you make a first impression. I've found I'm scared to know I'm always on your mind. 'Cause even the best fall down sometimes. Even the stars refuse to shine. And out of the back you fall in time. And I somehow find you and I collide. Don't stop here. And I lost my place, and I'm close behind. Yeah, I'm close behind. 'Cause even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. And out of the doubt that fills my mind, you finally find you and I collide. Yeah, you finally find you and I collide. Yeah, you finally find you and I collide. Congratulations on 50 years and lots of love. All right, you guys, bye.
Thank you for journeying with us this evening as we travel to the homes of supporting celebrities, to my home, to CORA, and to the homes of our corporate, civic, and classroom champions. Hey, Mom, what you doing? Sorry. This year has been incredibly challenging for us as individuals, for our families, our communities, and our nation. Relationships have been broken and have needed mending. Communities have been hurting, and businesses are still struggling. We've all been forced to play new and unfamiliar roles. Despite the unprecedented years, I count my blessings. You just met 3 classroom champions who have shown you why CORA does what we do and why our mission and what we do in our mission matters. And it was a reminder of how incredible the youth are who are coming up behind us as future leaders in our schools and in our communities. You met corporations like the Henderson Group and Dwayne Morris, who are dedicated to giving back to the community and to supporting employees like John Coyle and Valentine Brown in the pursuits of providing better futures for those around them. I am grateful for the board of directors of both CORA and of Good Shepherd Mediation, who have volunteered an incredible amount of time and hours this year to ensure the agency's financial well-being during turbulent times, and for the many individuals who contributed financially this year when we needed to raise $100,000 in June in order to continue to serve new and emerging needs. And I'm so grateful for you this evening. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't all yet contributed to Champions for Children campaign or to the merchandise, please do so to meet our goals of service without walls. And don't forget, this marks our 50 years of service. This is a year to celebrate. CORA's team of staff and contributors has never been stronger. Sister Charity's legacy has proven strong and sustainable through intense days. We will be inviting you to join us with your time, talents, and treasures this year as we launch a new strategic plan and reimagine services, taking the good from how we have changed this past year, combining that to the best of what we are and what we have been. Thanks again for your support, and I look forward to seeing you in person at our next celebration. Good night.
I hope you had as much fun tonight as me and Alice had at CORA early years. Congratulations to all our awesome champions, and thanks for caring about CORA. Good night. It was way past me and James' bedtime, but it's worth it. Anything you can do for CORA is worth it. I'm going to see you next time.